you see? I mean, we talked a little bit about it, in terms of photography. Like, I can't imagine, when you look at technology, and I have my PDA here, and people computers, and everything just seems like it's getting so advanced. And cameras have become part of, so much of our society, from video surveillance cameras to, actually look at Times Square. The incident, the unfortunate incident a few weeks ago, was really through that they were able to track down, the terrorists who tried to cause and wreak havoc. What uses of photography are going to continue to shape, in your estimation? 40 years of experience. I want to hear the future.
Well, I think that, unfortunately for professional photographers, there's going to be less and less work, and fewer
because
and fewer
of the
them
convenience,
because of the convenience and the possibility for people to do a lot of the things themselves that was just impossible for them to do in the film days or in the early digital days, because the early digital cameras, the resolution was way too low. But now, even these little point-and-shoot cameras have decent resolution to them, and they're building cameras with computers and algorithms that can do a lot of the things, like, for instance, lighting.
Okay.
You don't have to, you can shoot at available light, and you can do the lighting later on a computer, and
that is getting photo editing and the photoshopping.
Yeah, exactly, because like right now, basically people come to me and they say, I tried to shoot this myself and couldn't do it. Like, for instance, doing interiors, like for an architect, you try to use a point-and-shoot camera with a little tiny built-in flash. You can't do it. You need to do lighting and all that. But in the future, you're going to see cameras that can do that in the camera, actually adjust that, as far as like fill light and all that, and directional light. Yeah, the computer and the camera will be able to do that, those sort of things. And so, as they get more and more sophisticated and more foolproof, then of course there's going to be less for professionals. But still going to need them, because it doesn't give you the eye.
Well, that's it. I think that's what I was going to say. I think, when you put an amateur photography picture next to a professional, and we take a lot of pictures at the chamber, and I know you come out, and some of our other members come out and shoot as well. It's night and day, the quality of the picture. I mean, here's, Rebecca takes a good picture, I take a good picture, or Debbie or Lennon, but it's like, when we put your pictures there, those are the pictures we can put up on the website and really be proud of our events, because it is the eye. It's a totally different...
Yeah, and it should be. I mean,
sure,
if I couldn't do better than your pictures, then there'd be something very wrong with me.
That's true.
And
back to our not too many people do their own surgery on their own heart.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, it's not an amateur.
That's the thing. I'd say, except for writing, everyone thinks that they can be a professional photographer. Everyone thinks they can write.
Right.
Well, they can't.
Right. No, it's true. I want to
write
a book someday.
They can take a picture. Yeah. Well, yeah, they can technically take a picture, just like someone can technically write. Doesn't make them a writer, and doesn't make them a photographer, just because you have the ability to take a picture. And I was always amazed, even as a kid, how many people couldn't take a decent picture.
Sure.
Because it just kind of came naturally to me.
I've seen it.
And
somebody cutting off a head,
cutting off
a leg,
all that, and they're out of focus, and they're blurry.
Sure. And why is that? I wonder why. I often wonder.
I don't know. Well, it's also like someone who has natural musical ability, like for instance can play guitar, they cannot understand why other people can't just listen to something and play it back on guitar.
Well, it's true. Like you said, it's an innate talent.
It's just they really don't understand that other people just can't do that the way they do it.
No, that is true.
Or people that can draw.
Good analogy.
Why can't everyone?
Sure.
It's so easy, but it's not for everyone.
And how about on your own front? Have you done any photography from the artistic perspective? I mean, I know we've got some in terms of like landscapes and photos and buildings and scenes.
Yes, I have a lot of that.
You do?
I used to exhibit, but I became too mercenary. It's like funny because one thing about those, they're very self-fulfilling, but they're not very profitable.
Profitable, yeah.
To do that, and I used to do it when I first started out because I had a lot of free time.
Right.
Then I just got so busy between the photography and teaching and everything else that I really didn't have time for much of that. But what I did was I always had a camera with me and always did like lots of landscapes. And I used to sell a lot of stock photography. But now that business also, due to the digital age, has pretty much gone away. You can go online and get stock photography for 25 cents or even free usage and things like that. So that whole market is pretty much you can buy royalty-free discs with 500 pictures on it that you can do anything you want with. So we kind of lost that market. And so now I don't do nearly as much of that as I used to.